Welcome. Come on, right in, sugar. Have a seat. Get comfortable, my sweet love. And honey, you are so in the right place. We are into part two of our conversation on sugar and what to do about it. Did you catch that beginning? Sweetness is even embedded in our language, right? How can we win? My name is Abena O. Tudor, and I'm your health and wellness coach for all things that help to transform Black women's health. Yes, I'm here for it, here to help, guide, and assist. And so let's dive deep into our conversation today. This is part two on our sugar conversation, right? So, and I want you to know as I open up, this conversation is not about fear, it's about awareness, okay? Because when we know better, we can choose differently, right? So last time we talked about being aware of the hidden places of sugar and how it affects your health, right? So this video here, we're talking about shifting, right? We're talking about shifting your mindset to get some different alternatives as relates to sugar, right? And this is not about never eating your sweet potato pie and your apple pie and your sweet snacks. It's not about that. But it is about not letting your sugar cravings control you, your hormones, your energy, and ultimately your health, right? Believe it or not, sugar is the driving factor in so many diseases. Did you know cancer loves sugar? So if you or someone you know has an issue with cancer or cancer runs in their family, you want to keep sugar at a minimum because it's very, very close in molecular structure to cocaine. Think about it. Think about the visual there. And it's very, very, it takes a lot for your body to process and break down. And it doesn't do that very well. So it lays the foundation for lots of disease. And sugar's in everything, right? That's why we're having this conversation, because you need to be aware of how it affects your health. But let's start with some solutions for you, right? Let's start there. So let's add some protein and fiber first before we reach for the sweet item, right? And I'm right there with you. I have been known to eat my dessert first, but I always follow it with fiber. I don't feel like I've really eaten well if I don't have some live green vegetable on my plate. It's just a necessity for me. That fiber is what helps your digestive tract. Is kind of like a sweeping for your digestive tract. So add a little protein, add some fiber. Those things will allow you to get full. And if you're full, you're going to have a less of a tendency to reach for the sugar, right? The other thing is stop drinking your sugar. Would you please? You know, all the loaded sodas and even the quote unquote smoothies that you will find in the grocery store, they got like 27 grams or so, 35 grams of sugar, even in your fruit juice, right? And that brings me to my next point. Read your labels. All labels in the store carry the number of grams of sugar in it. If you're going above 10 grams, you want to back away. That's a lot of sugar. And I want you to choose whole foods, right? Reach for a piece of fruit. Let that be your fast food running out the door versus, some sugar-laden potato chips. reach for fruit. Make sure there's plenty of fruit in the house. So when you have that sweet taste approaching, just grab something that's more healthier for you, right? Can you do that? I think you can. And the other thing you want to do is you want to choose, especially if you're at a restaurant, you want to choose, well, even at home too, but definitely at a restaurant, choose some low sugar desserts, right? Choose things that don't just aren't laden with sweet. But the safest thing to do is just give yourself permission to skip dessert. You don't have to have it at every meal. It's okay. And I've got one even better for you. Make stuff at home. That way you can control the amount of sugar you're putting in. Sometimes when I go to get a smoothie out, I will tell them, put half the sweetness amount in my smoothie. The whatever they put, because it's usually very, very sweet when you're out. So because they're feeding that sugar craving, right? I always tell them to put half. And I want you to consider taking a breath before emotional eating. You're bad, you're stressed out, you had a rough day, your breakup, boss was yelling at you, kids is all over the place, whatever it is. Take a breath. Take several breaths. Count to 10 before you go on the binge eating, just sugar, 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 sugar. Think about that and think about the long-term effects on you. Oh, it tastes good right then, doesn't it? Yeah, we all know about that. But is it good for you? Because it's not just the one binge, right? If this is what you do 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, that sugar is going to catch up with you, right? And it's going to start to affect your health. And the last thing is have a mindset that you're in it for the long haul. You're in it to win. That you are going to be on top of what goes in your body, starting with the sugar. I'm not here to judge you because guess what? I have walked this path too. As a matter of fact, I'm still walking it with you. There are plenty of days when I have to tell myself, yeah, that sweet tooth is kind of talking to me, but I'm not going to have any teeth if I continue to listen to it. And I like pretty teeth. So, I have blueberries, I keep pears, mangoes, apples. I even make a very, very nice dessert that I add agave to with avocados, and it's very lovely. And I add some cacao powder to it. If you like the recipe, please let me know. Like, subscribe, share, and definitely comment. And send this to a friend if you think it would be of benefit and help. So I just want to tell you, we deserve some sweetness in our lives. I am the first one to tell you that, yes, but it doesn't have to come from sugar, right? It doesn't have to come from at the expense of our health. So take good care. Think more intentionally about what you put in your mouth, especially sugar. And think about ways to reduce it because it's in everything. And you need to ask yourself why that is and what you can do about it for yourself, for your family's sake, and even for the community. Love and light.